Got some awesome guests that we brought from all over the world to come talk to you guys, and of course you can start asking questions if you're interested too. What I'm thinking is, if you have a question, you start queuing up here. Yeah. So anyone who has a question, don't have to be hand up. If you just start queuing in the middle here, we can bring you to ask questions. Okay. All right. And I'm gonna let everyone introduce themselves.
Hi, my name is Austin. Woo! Thank you. Austin Tindle, I'm a voice actor. I'm in shows that you might have seen, and some that you probably haven't.
Hi, my name's Reese Bridger, and I'm a UK voice actor. I've been in such projects as Genshin Impact, Ark Knights, Sonic for Hire, and more recently the Northly YouTube channel.
Hi, my name is Chloe. I'm an actor originally from Ireland. I've been had the pleasure of being in games such as Genshin Impact, where I was Raider Lord Rukadavada, Hypatia, Eremite, and a bunch of other little characters here and there, as well as Smite, If Undertale was realistic, and my brain's going blank, and Turn Return another one. So yeah, thank you so much for having me.
Hello, my name's Julian. I'm an alcoholic. Oh, wrong meeting. No, my name's Julian Seager. I play Jarl Gorm in Vikings. I'm Ivor in a little game called Assassin's Creed Valhalla, and I don't do anime. Yet.
We'll try to get you into that, Julian. Hi, so I'm just coming down from a giggle fit, so I'm like crying tears of laughter. But hello, it's so nice to see so many of you here. My name is Elsie Lovelock. I'm a voice actor and a singer. Probably best known here as the singing voice of Charlie in the Has Been Hotel pilot, Mommy Longlegs in Poppy Playtime, and Uzi in Murder Drones. But I also recently had a small role in Baldur's Gate 3. I also have been in Genshin Impact. I also got to play Mimi from Digimon in a redub of the Digimon movies recently, so that was amazing. But yeah, it's so great to be here and so lovely to see you guys. Thank you so much.
Hey guys, my name is Jonah Scott. I'm a voice actor. I voice some characters you may like Lego She and Beastars, and Tatsu the Immortal Dragon and Way of the House Husband, and Johnny Bolt and Super Crooks. Anybody? Anybody? I also do video games. I voice Aiden Caldwell in Dying Light 2. I'm in Elder Scrolls Online. I'm in a lot of stuff. You can Google us while you're here, right? You can look our names up. It's fine. Jonah Scott. It's easy. All right, cool.
I watched all of Super Crooks, and it's really good.
Super Crooks is fire. It's on Netflix. You should totally watch it. Super Crooks is fire. It's 12 episodes. There's an ending. It's great. No cliffhanger. It's great. Anyway. Who's getting this mic next?
All right, who's got questions? Right, nice queue in the middle then, please, if you've got questions. Let's go, come on. Coward. All right, go sit back down, we'll run, it's fine. Go on, no, you can stay. What is your favourite character that you've voice acted?
Today, my favorite character is Angelo from 91 Days. Check it out. It's a Prohibition-era Chicago gangster anime, and not enough people have seen it.
Good answer, good answer. Okay, so the political answer is all of them. But the answer that is sticking out right now, my favourite story of voicing a character is Tails 2.0 in Sonic for Hire. I loved that series growing up. it was one of the things that inspired me to become a voice actor. So when they announced they were making a new season, I emailed the creators, and I think they were just sick. This is my personal opinion of what happened. I like to imagine this happened. They were sick of people emailing in, so they eventually gave me a line, and they were like, okay, you're going to have half a line, you're going to get shot in the face and told to stop talking. And I think that's what they just wanted to be rid of me. And they were not rid of me, and I've worked with them several times since then. They will never be rid of me, and I get to say that I'm in Sonic for Hire twice now, so that's my favourite story of voicing someone in voice acting.
I'm genuinely one of those that I enjoy different reasons for so many characters. But I think one of the ones that I really enjoyed was Sylvia in a little game called Eternal Return, because the fact is that I used to play the game before I was even in it. So then I got to take over for this character, and she's really cool. She's got a motorcycle, and then she just shoots people off her motorcycle. It's very cool. But yeah, I think honestly her, and then I always enjoyed Ruka Devada because she was. I just love her whole she. I'm not going to spoil things, actually. I'm ugh. I like how her story went. I'll say that. So, yes.
I don't do much voice, but I did the bandits in Fable, if anyone remembers Fable. So I played that game and loved it. And then they asked me to do the bandits voices. So I said, yeah, I can do that. And if you don't like Fable, I'll come and smash your face in. And those are the sort of words that I had to come up with, and call everyone putty toothpicks and stuff like that. So, and the other voice actor that I played, the old Raw, which is weird, it's me. But I had to go in the studio and you do the ADR and stuff like that. Watch this space, I'm going to be joining this lot doing weird anime. And I'm going to start the same as this girl started with her career, so I've watched her early work and it's very impressive.
I am not going to survive sitting next to you for this panel. Oh my god, I'm crying. To be honest, dead serious, I'm just happy to be working, in all honesty. Any job that I can do, I love it so much. I want to be doing this until I'm an old lady and my vocal cords give out, no joke. But if I had to pick a favourite, Mommy Longlegs is probably one of my favourites because she was just so unhinged. And it's always really fun to play a crazy character. So that's one of my favourites. What about you, Jonah?
Mommy Longlegs, guys. I didn't know it was Elsie when I played the game at first. So, on the subject of 12-episode anime that you can watch in one sitting and then just never see again and just put it down and not have to worry about season 2. Kuryu from Akudama Drive, probably my favorite character today. Akudama Drive is, yeah, there you go, awesome. We got one over here. It's basically like Anime Suicide Squad. It's great. You should totally watch it. I play the I guess male lead, but it's an ensemble cast and it's really well put together and it's well made. So go watch Akudama Drive. Do it. Woohoo!
Non-serious question. If y'all were Genshin characters, what element do you think you'd wield?
What do they have the basic elements? Okay, I'd be heart. Do we have that?
All right.
That's a Captain Planet reference. No? Nobody? Alright.
Okay, so you're going to hate me for this, but I'm going to have to say Dendro. I know that may be basically a basic B word, but I just find something very liberating about that sort of... I mean, Dendro is basically just air and wind, I think. Animo, that's it, I'm sorry. You can hate it. Dendro is plants, right, okay. I'm showing how bad my words are, I'm sorry. Animo is definitely my favorite just because I love something I find something so freeing about air elements in general. So the concept of air elements, like Animo, it just makes you feel very liberated and free.
Despite the fact that I've played a Hydro and a Dendro character, I would actually love to be a Lightning character, or Electro, simply because most of my favorite characters are Electro characters, including Beto, so yeah, it's probably going to be Electro.
Electro? Mine would be Pyro, because I'm a pyromaniac. So it's kind of obvious, I love this same vibe of things, really. Mainly cooking, so I like my food well done. But yeah, I don't know the characters in the game, to be honest, so I'm just winging this. But there you go, but thanks for the question.
To be honest, even though I'm in it, I haven't played it. I'm so sorry, so I don't actually know. But with how much I love water and staying hydrated and swimming in the sea, I'd say Hydro, which is why I'm really excited for Fontaine, because it looks so goddamn pretty. So I guess I'd say that. Water, I like water, it's cool. Hydro, yeah, that.
So, I have absolutely no shade on Genshin at all. But I told my Twitch chat, and I promised them, they keep asking me to play Genshin, and I said I will not play that game until I voice a playable character, and I will sit down, I said this yesterday, and I will sit down and play the entirety of the game in one sitting, from start to whenever I voice it. That's a promise. However, because of that, I have no idea about anything in that game besides all my friends are in it. And so there's like Hydro, there's Pyro, and I'm usually an Earth guy, so I'd be Rocco. Yeah, Rocco or Hydro. What is it?
Geo!
Of course it is! Geo. Okay, cool, yeah, Geo. I'd be a Geo dude. Yeah, that's a Pokemon reference.
I have to ask, if you watch Demon Slayer, who is your favorite character / Hashira? I have to ask this question.
Who's my favorite character?
Who's the character in Demon Slayer?
Tanjiro? Tangerine? I like tangerines. Thank you for asking.
Okay, so my problem as like a person who exists in this world is that I have a hole in my brain where the names fall out. Like literally, if you've ever tried to strain pasta through a colander and you get those couple of little bits that stick to the side, that's how I remember my own name. But so that's why I can't remember a single thing about Demon Slayer past the first few episodes. But I will say from a personal experience, I was once in a class for learning ADR. And the exercise that I did was actually dubbing over a scene with Tanjiro, which is how I remember his name. And because I don't get a lot of opportunities to dub anime being in the UK, I would say that is my favorite character just because it is one of the best dubbing scenes I've ever done. It's ostensibly a fan dub, so I can't post it anywhere. But literally, it is one of my best memories of the series itself.
I do watch Demon Slayer. And I'm quite the Inosuke fan. I enjoy Inosuke a lot. He's just really unhinged and he wears a boar helmet to cover the fact that he's actually really beautiful, so I just enjoy that. So yeah, I love the firecracker characters, which is why Bakugo is one of my favorites in My Hero, so got it.
My favourite character is Dave.
Oh, Dave the Demon Slayer?
Yeah, from Demon Slayer. He's the talking microwave. And I just, I don't know, I just really relate to him. So,
Dave Arc got
that's
really
right.
Oh my gosh, I haven't actually watched it, I'm so sorry, but I know a lot of people in it. And I'm winging it, but I honestly think based on how much I relate to him, I think Zenitsu is probably a character that I love because he's voiced by my mate Alex, who's amazing, and I also am a nervous wreck who runs around screaming when I can't find my keys or something like that, so I totally relate to him. But I'm so sorry I haven't actually watched it. But it looks amazing. I have like 1,000 anime on my list that I need to watch, so I promise I'll get to all these one day. But what about you, Jim?
I'm biased. Before I even auditioned for the character, Kokushibo was my favorite character in the show, and I voice him now, which is bonkers. Because I got that audition, I'm like, oh my god, it's Upper Moon 1! I can't screw this up! So, but yeah, he's awesome, and I can't wait for you guys to hear more. I had 6 lines of Kokushibo in the movie, and then the subsequent episodes, but I can't wait for season 3, and we'll see what happens. It's gonna be great. Guys.
Question to Jonah. If I want a question about Katakuri, if I be honestly, is Katakuri's mouth is really scary because his mouth looks like looking real. So it's scary, don't you think?
Sure. Yes. The question was, is Katakuri scary because he has like a pelican eel mouth? He's got these big, gigantic teeth that he chomps on donuts with. And yeah, he's totally scary. That's why he covers it up, man. He doesn't want people to see him because he's ashamed. He's ashamed of his donut-eating ways. But yeah, he's a very scary guy.
Good question.
What's your favorite memory in your voice acting career?
Start over there.
My favorite memory in my voice acting career. Let's see. I mean, in recent memory is probably booking Kokushibo because my director or my agent called me directly, and they usually tell you this stuff on like a Friday, so that you have like, oh, here's some good news to end your week, right? And they don't, even if they know on like that Wednesday, they don't call you and tell you until the Friday, just so they have something fun to tell you. And it was like 10 a.m. and I wasn't even out of bed yet on Friday. And I'm like, oh god, my agent is calling me. What could this possibly be? I know I didn't book anything. He's like, you got Upper Moon 1, and I screamed like a girl. I was like, ah, really? No way, dude. And he's like, yeah, way. And I'm like, this is a big deal, isn't it? He's like, yeah, it's a pretty big deal. So yeah, that's probably the most heartwarming one in recent memory. Yeah, that was in the last like 6 months.
That's such a nice question, Hope. Thank you. Honestly, I'm really lucky that my career has had some great moments. I've met some amazing people. I've had like such a good time in like all the sessions I've been in. I'm very lucky in that regard. Everything's been pretty positive. Honestly, like my favorite memory recently was booking Mimi in the Digimon movies because I religiously rented that VHS when I was a kid and I watched it repeatedly. I loved Digimon so much, I still do. And when I got that, I literally cried. Like, my boyfriend was in the room and I suddenly went like, oh, and he was like, oh my god, are you okay? And I was like, oh my god, Mimi! And yeah, and then I cried. And then in the session, me and the director, who's also a huge fan of Digimon, me and her were just like kind of trying not to cry to each other, like trying to be professional, like trying to do the dubbing, and she was trying to direct me. But we were both just like, this is crazy, right? Yeah, this is crazy. So it's always nice to see like a childhood thing and getting close to like playing a role in something that you watched. You know, as a kid, I've done conventions before where I've literally been sat next to people that were in cartoons that I grew up with. I did a convention in Texas a few months ago, and the guy sitting next to me was the voice of Rolf in Ed, Edd n Eddy. And I was just like, oh my god, like what is my life? Like, and he was so lovely, like it's just crazy. So all that kind of stuff, like just getting to like be around the people that I admire and who influenced me in my career is like my favorite things of all. So yeah, that's me. Got a bit emotional there.
That's So mine's a little bit different. My favourite memory of voice acting is when you're not actually speaking, you're doing like the fight noises and stuff like that. So you have to come out with these ridiculous sounds, and like a lot of the characters in Fable, they burp and fart and stuff like that. So you've got to replicate all that. So talking's easy. Like when you've got to come out with like 100 different fight sounds, that's hard. It's like, but it's also very hilarious. So those are the times where I kind of lose my shit. I end up laughing, and then the session could go on longer. So, or they could just flow. But having to fart in 50 different styles and getting paid for it is just hilarious. So, you know, those are my kind of favourite memories. Is just farting.
I don't know how I'm supposed to follow that.
I'm so sorry.
No, for real, for me, it was, it's a character I can't really talk about yet, fully, but I can talk about the story, which is, I essentially, it's from a project that, whenever I first seen this project, I instantly fell in love with it. I was like, oh, I'd love to be a part of that project, but I'm genuinely just looking forward to it because it's the kind of project I really enjoy. And then I was talking to one of my other clients about this, like, oh, I'd love to try for that, but I didn't know I was talking to the casting director for it. And then they're like, oh, we'll throw you some auditions. And I'm like, okay. And then I booked it. And yeah, I'm looking forward to it. I'll say that. But like, I'm looking forward to it as not being part of it, but actually being able to enjoy the product when it's out. So I'm trying to keep it exact as I can.
Okay, so I have to ask you a question about what's allowed here. So as you can tell, probably by my haircut or by my whole vibe, I don't like to do things the way everyone else does them. So is it okay if I do a memory that is my favorite memory, one of my favorites, but not for a good reason?
No, it's not allowed.
No, it's not allowed? How dare I? Alright, well, I'm going to do it anyway. So this is my favorite, one of my favorite memories, but for a reason that's not exactly positive. So when I was first starting out, I participated in quite a lot of game jams and visual novel development jam sessions, and these can take place over the course of a month or a week or less. And there was one visual novel that I was asked to be the lead voice actor in. This is going maybe 2 or 3 years into my career. I hadn't really had a paying job yet. This was not a paying job, but they wanted it to be fully voiced. I had 800 lines to record in 3 days. And that is a lot when you are getting paid for it. When you are not getting paid for it, it's a life lesson. And that one project, I love that project to death. And it is one of my favorite memories in a formative sense, because it taught me a lot. It gave me a lot of my ethics, what I want to know going forward, what I want to advise people going forward, and it inspired a lot of my career movements and my personal and professional philosophies on how to help other people to not make those kinds of decisions.
That was so serious. Favorite moment, voice acting moment. I had all this time to try to think of something good. And they've all left me. I getting cast in the new Trigun Stampede. That was a great moment that happened recently. I can remember it. I'd gone through this deep depression because I didn't get cast in Chainsaw Man. And I had so many people try and tell me that I was going to be cast in it. And then when I didn't, I decided I wanted to be a stand-up comedian, and I did open mics in New Zealand, and I got a tattoo. And I was like really convinced I was just going to move on to my stand-up comedy career. It's funny too, because I'm going back to New Zealand in October with the same convention people, and they hit me up and they're like, hey, you're coming back, should we get some comedy clubs lined up for you? And I don't know how to tell them, like, I went home after that life-changing decision, and I just got over it. I got hyper-fixated on learning how to pick locks, so I did that for a while. And then they booked me for Trigun, and I didn't audition for it or anything. The director was just like, hey, there's this character you're gonna play. And it was really fulfilling. And then I went back to theater. So that was my greatest moment as a voice actor. But getting to meet people is also a wonderful, weird part of this. I was at a con one time and Lori Petty kissed me on the mouth without my permission.
I think it could be considered assault if you just look at the play-by-play, but I was really grateful for that moment. She was mad at me too. She was doing it in an offensive manner. I guess that's it.
Hi, I was gonna ask, do you have any hidden talents or like weird talents you'd like to show over?
Oh, that's a good question. I mean, they're all just so apparent.
Yeah, big blocks, you know. That's I'm actually a metal singer. I'm the lead singer in the band Midnight Howl, it's my VTubers band. You can go check us out on Spotify. We got 5 songs out right now. We're gonna have 3 more out in the next like 5 months, something like that. So I'm very proud of that. I do a lot of streaming. We do some like more traditional singing. I used to sing opera. So yeah, I use my voice for a lot of things. And I have to go pee. So I'm gonna see whether or not I'm gonna get back by the time we get to the next question.
Freak Jonas, let's go!
Upstairs!
I'm sure he'll have more than enough time. Yeah, oh my gosh. He's going to go. Oh, okay, going to that one. Hidden talents. Yeah, that's a really good question. Well, my thing is that I actually draw as well. I wanted to be an animator, and I gave up on that because if anybody has ever done animation, you know how, oh my god, you need so much patience. And you're locked in a room all day. I did it for my art school final, and I was just like, nah, I can't do this for the rest of my life. So shout out to animators, honestly, the best people ever. Like, they have so much patience and skill. My other thing is that I also, like Jonah, who's just run off, I sing opera as well. I've done quite a lot of opera stuff on my YouTube channel, and just singing. I mean, I know that's not like a hidden talent because I'm literally here, it says a singer on my banner, but you know what I mean? Like, opera is the one where people are like, he's an opera? But yeah, I suppose that really. I don't have anything crazy, like I can walk on my hands or, hold my breath for 5 minutes or anything like that, but those are mine. What about you? It's not farting again, is it?
No, it's not farting. Because I eat a lot of seaweed. And that stops you farting. Yeah, it's a fact. So there's a random fact for you. If you do suffer from flatulence, eat seaweed. You can get it in packets like crisps now, it's great. So, but yeah, I think one of my super hidden, well actually not even hidden talents is stupidity. So I stupidly have a YouTube food channel. It's called Hairy Foodie Guy. Really imaginative name there. I don't know where I came up with that. But I do food challenges, so I eat the world's spiciest foods and stuff like that. So. And I don't quite know why I do it, because I don't really get paid or anything, but if you'd all like to get your phones out now and sub, that would be lovely. Hairy, foodie guy. And then you can see me crying, sweating, and snotting, potentially, and maybe swearing next week when I'm eating the world's hottest sausage roll and the world's hottest Scotch egg. So they've never been beaten yet, but I will beat them. They will not defeat me. Even no, they're not going to kill me.
Is that foodie with a Y or an IE?
Foodie with a Y, thank you. Foodie guys. See, these guys are doing it. Get your phones up. So yeah, that's one of my hidden talents is I'm stupid and I do stupid food challenges. There you go.
That was fast.
Okay. Welcome back, Jonah.
Did you wipe? Oh, I'm good at it. I'm just built.
Oh no. All right, then I'll make it quick. In my early days, before I'd done voice acting or before I really got into this, I used to do editing. So I used to do editing AMVs and stuff like that, and music videos for DA games. As well as that, I also do singing and art as well. So I always kept within the creative field. Also, I am properly trained in doing filming and direction and camera work as well because of what I was taught in secondary school. So, yeah.
Okay, so as for hidden talents, I'm not quite sure I'm a very talented person in general, but I'm going to list up a few little fun facts about myself. I have an extended range of motion in my hands, shoulders, and feet. which borders on double-jointedness, and I can freak people out by doing that. I'm also 450 days into learning German on Duolingo as penance for one of the worst German accents I have ever done. It wasn't my fault, they used the worst takes. You use the excuse that that's on your banner, it's on mine. I have in the past, I work more hours in a week as a game writer, freelance, than I do as a voice actor. They kind of tie into each other. But that is actually what my degree is in. It's a creative writing degree. And I did at one point have some self-published books up that I wrote when I was 17 years old. When I was 25, I decided, you know what? I can do better than this, and honestly, some of the choices I made in there border on sociopathic. So I think I'm gonna just, quietly take these away. Not pretend I didn't do them, but I'm gonna, take those lessons and be like, maybe I'll come back to this in a very pastiche-y, light novel way. Actually, that is a fun fact. One of my summer projects is working on the first draft of a light novel based on those books and all the horrible, traumatizing events I put those characters through. And the working title, is The Ancient Evil We Defeated as Teenagers is Back for Revenge, and now my whole family hates each other. So yeah, release date TBD.
Interpretive sign dance. Live translations for the hearing impaired. I can interpretive dance you what everyone is saying so that you can understand on a spiritual level. It's like sign language, but you use your body, and there's a little bit more participation on your part for the interpretation side of things. But you'll get it. You'll get what they're meaning. Trust me. That didn't work at all. Screw you guys. All right, as long as we're plugging YouTube channels, check out my comedy troupe. It also has Eric Vale in it, who plays Trunks in Dragon Ball. Anybody? No? Sanji in One Piece? Yeah. No. Shigaraki, my hero. Yeah. He's a hilarious comedian, and you can see he and I in various sketches that break the mold and expand your understanding of what the parameters are that qualify for something being sketch and or comedy. Check it out now. It's called the Folding Chairs Comedy Troupe. You have to type all those words in, or you'll just get videos of chairs. But there's a sketch I wrote. It's called Groundhog Day. It's inspired by one of my favorite Bill Murray movies. I think Robert Zemeckis wrote it. You know this movie? Groundhog Day.
Oh, that movie.
Yeah.
Which movie?
Groundhog Day.
Oh, that movie.
Yeah.
Which movie?
It's Groundhog Day.
Okay, that.
It's really original. You should check it out. But that's all.
If you play Genshin Impact, who's your favorite character?
Sorry? Who's our favorite character?
The hydro guy. He's got all the water going on with him. You know? The main one. The really cute one. But like the one that's he's cute because he's a rebel. You know what I'm talking about? You know what I mean? He's kind of fiery. Yeah. There's red elements. Yeah, the ginger hydro.
Oh, yeah.
You guys just throw that word ginger around a lot, right?
Okay, so I haven't played past the Golden Wire. I'm sorry. But playability-wise, because I think he was just the first person that I pulled that was, just not one of the story-based acquisition characters. Tongan. He's a soft boy, and I really gravitated to him, but you know, actually the first time I ever played Genshin Impact was on a live stream podcast with an actor called Julian, and he hosts the C6 stream podcast, and in that we decided that I am what the children refer to as an amber main. Yep. But after that, I did kind of fall in love with Tongan as a concept.
I enjoy Beto, and I enjoy Kokomi, because I love Beto because she's really cool and really strong and she's a pirate. And I enjoy Kokomi because I enjoy like aquatic kind of themes and like fish and all like that. I used to have a big old aquarium back in Ireland, and I had to give that up when I moved to England. But legitimately, I also enjoy her perspective on like life and respect for people. So yeah, I'm really showing the fact that I've got way too much time to watch anime and play games, aren't I?
You posted a food video 6 hours ago.
Yep. But it wasn't from Nando's last night, because that was pretty crap. So yeah, I think I relate to like Scaramouche, because like he's just so kind and gentle and loving, and the relationship he has with Dave the microwave just had me in tears, and I just like, you know, I just think we share a lot of our life passions. He really likes food and he doesn't fart.
I mean, I like all the women because their fashion is really cool, like the look of, what's the one, who's the one with, I don't know, they wear really cool clothing, all of them I love. I'm just like, serve, like absolutely love them all. But I like Kokomi as well, she's very sweet, and again, I love the ocean. I'm a hydro, whatever that means, so I love all the ocean themed stuff. I think she's really adorable. But yeah, I think they've all got really cool designs. I like them all, and yeah, I can't remember any of their names off the top of my head. So what about you?
I may not play Genshin, but I have a few biases because they're voiced by my best friends. Sino is voiced by my very, very good friend Alejandro. Shout out to you, Alejandro, wherever you are. And Kave is voiced by my very, very good friend Ben Balmaceda. We are we are attached at the hip almost. And yeah, I was with him for the entire process of him getting that character, and I'm like, I auditioned for that character too. So I was just like, oh my god, we got it, let's go! Ah, sweet. So yeah, I live vicariously through my friends' successes, and so Sino and Kave. I guess I don't even know what any of them do, but I know that one of them lives with another character and they're not gay. But I guess. I don't know, I'm just gonna say that. I don't know what it means, but.
What's your favourite anime and what's your favourite character in it?
Okay.
Fully Cooley, the original one, not the reboot. And I like the detective with the large eyebrows. He even like has fake eyebrows that he puts on. You guys know what I'm talking about. Or you don't, go watch it. Fully Cooley.
Fully Cooley. Okay, so my favourite anime is one that hasn't actually come out yet. I'm looking forward to it coming out, whether or not it gets a dub, and it is Shangri-La Frontier. And my favourite character in that is going to be, ideally, Sunraku, the main character. The reason being, it is the first and only manga that I have ever picked up off a shelf, and this was like 6 months ago, and just read for no other reason than it looked cool. And like excluding ones that I have watched the anime for already, or I already knew about, or you know, I picked up the 42 of Geek Raymond at a school book fair because why the hell not? And so yeah, this is the only time I've ever actually picked up a manga for the sake of reading a manga. And then there's an anime coming out, I guess, later this year. That's my dream role for voice acting, by the way, is Sunraku in Shangri-La Frontier, if it ever gets done.
Is that related to the other Shangri-La?
No clue.
For myself, I've been watching anime for a very long time, but I think I'm gonna say 2 animes in particular. I really love One Piece. I love it a lot. And I'm a big old Zoro fan because I don't know, he's just cool, man. Like, you're gonna hear he's cool from me a lot. And then I enjoy Bleach as well, which I'm so glad to see it's finally back. And I enjoy, I like Toshiro. I think he's just, again, the little firecracker who tries to remain calm, but will just blow up whenever, Ron-Hiku just gets on his nerves. So, yeah, I'm a big old fan of Bleach and One Piece. So yeah, hence I'm wearing a One Piece shirt.
I'm old school. So mine, you probably won't even know mine. So I really liked, I'll tell you what, I'll go with current one for now. So I like Studio Ghibli. So Toshiro is amazing. I'm that big fan. I really like Cat Bus. So like you do. And but I go way back. So I like Akira. I like The Diver. So there you go. There's someone that's my generation. But if you haven't seen The Diver, it's like they did lots of cartoons, but they did live action, which is really cheesy, but still brilliant. So yeah. So if you want something old to watch, you can't go wrong with Diver and Akira. But yeah, it's probably manga and not anime now. So I'm crossing borders. I can have any business being here.
I'm also old school. Ninja Scroll was something I watched when I was way too young, but it's pretty hardcore. That one, that's from like the early 90s. I like stuff like Dominion Tank Police. What was another early one? There's a very obscure anime movie that I really love from the early 90s as well, which you should check it out. I think the whole thing's on YouTube actually. It's called A Wind Named Amnesia. And it's like this wind blows and it wipes the memories of humanity, so everybody forgets everything, like how to do anything. And it's a really, really cool anime. But too close to my heart, because I'm more of a movie anime person rather than like a series. Princess Mononoke is like my all-time one true love movie ever. Like every time it comes back in the cinema, I always go and see it. It makes me cry every time. And another one I love is another quite obscure one. It's a Daft Punk anime which they had made for them in the early 2000s called Interstellar 5555. You might have seen them actually. They're like blue and they've got like blonde hair. You might have seen them in like the music videos with Daft Punk, but that movie as well is so good. I absolutely love it. Amazing. I love that album too. But yeah, those two are like close to my heart. I love them so much. What about you, Jonah?
I am in my late 20s, but I am also kind of old school too. My favorite anime of all time is Trigun. I absolutely love Trigun. So when I heard it got a reboot, and when I heard you were in it, I was like, oh my, I have to watch this now. It's really well done. You can go watch the older cell animated one, or the newer like 3D one that Orange has done. They nailed it. It's amazing. The cinematography is fantastic, and the performances are doubly so. So please go watch that. I also like weird obscure things like Outlaw Star, Space Battleship Yamato, some older stuff. And fun fact, the guy who voices Gene Starwind in English is the director of Beastars in English. So yeah, it was really fun. I got to be like, hey, Gene Starwind. He's like, hey, you got work to do. So yeah, that's pretty much it.
All right, just let you know, guys, we've got about 10 minutes left, so we'll go for as many as we can.
What is the funniest or craziest line reading or stuff you did in the voicing booth?
I never know how to answer this. Everything that I did in prison school, if you're familiar with that show, there's a lot of water sports involved. We used to leave a lot of bombs, which is when you'll intentionally record something that is not written and then it gets left in for one of the other actors to hear and hopefully break character during a scene. And I did a lot of those during a show called Prince of Stride. We also like redubbed an entire episode called the Bro-isode, where we just added the word bro to every line. And so that's all I'm going to talk about. And I'm going to go pee because Jonah did, so.
Jonah, you started a tsunami.
I'll be back.
Okay, so in case any of you missed it yesterday, I talked about the concept of scratch audio, which is basically placeholder audio for animation and video games that have yet to be actually recorded by the main cast. And I have done a scratch audio gig for the last 18 months thereabouts for a game called Pinbot, which, check that out at Pinbot. But there's a character in that game coming out, and I don't know how much I'm allowed to say, but he's your typical sort of mad scientist character, and he's a little bit self-aware but self-unaware at the same time. So he'll come in and out of being an evil, megalomaniacal anyway, but and then everyone's going to have that moment of self-awareness and just mumble something relevant and extremely real under his breath, and then he'll go straight back up to a 15, and it is just the best kind of feeling to do that turnaround from 15 to 2, really calm, and then back up to 15.
I think one of the most crazy I've done, there's two crazies. So there's one kind of crazy, which was the Aramite enemy in Genshin, because they were literally like, oh, do you know League of Legends? I'm like, yes, I play League of Legends, I'm League Trash. They're like, do you know Jinx? And I'm like, oh, okay. So everything was recorded as my interpretation of Jinx for that character. The other was a couple of years ago, I was working with, if you remember the YouTuber Dexter Manning, he used to be really, really like well known way back in like the Machinima days. But he made an indie game called Lapatron, and he had a character called Goonarella, and he loves calling everyone Goon, so he called this one character Goonarella. You know exactly what I'm talking about. And the character was entirely screaming, to the point that I worried my mother, who came in from work and could hear me even though I was in my soundproof booth. And she came running up, and I was mid-scream, and she opens the door, and I'm like, ah! And she's like, are you okay? And I'm like, yeah, I'm okay. Are you okay? So, yeah, I think those are the two craziest I've kind of done, so I love a crazy character.
Man, I've been trying to go through memories in my head of because I have played some pretty crazy characters, and I like doing the monster work. So I like playing demons and stuff like that, but I'm just sitting there thinking about times where I've kind of lost myself, when I've just been laughing so much in the studio. And I think one of the funniest lines was in Fable, and I thought this line is never going to make the game. So they had me saying, I'm going to punch your teeth so hard, you'll have to stick food up your arse to chew it. And I was just in hysterics thinking, they're never going to put this in the game. So they had me saying it for 20 minutes, 3 different ways, and it was, there's many more, but that's the one that jumped out of my memory right then. So, that's a hard punch.
Man, I have voiced all manner of utterly insane stuff in my time, really crazy. I literally had a session this week. It was 10 minutes long, because I had 3 lines, and it was for an animation, and the character is just this hideous, disgusting monster, kind of like myself, really. And I was just sitting there, and it was just 3 lines of just going all this kind. And then at the end of it, we were like, yeah, cool, see you next week, yeah, bye. And logged off. So that was pretty fun. I was also in a game where I voiced the main character, a visual novel called Class of 09. I don't know if anyone's heard of it, it's quite niche, but the dialogue in that game is so funny, I'm not even joking. Go on Steam and just play it. Trigger warning, because it's got a lot of themes. But the dialogue is so great, and I couldn't get through sessions without crying with laughter. Some of the stuff that I had to say, if you play it, you'll know what I mean. But yeah, check it out. But yeah, all manner of crazy stuff. So much of it. I can only pick those because I can't remember.
Hey, you made it! Dude. Perfect.
Was anyone taking time on that?
That was close. I think it was like, what, 2.5 minutes, something like that? So I don't get the opportunity to do a lot of comedy, which is something that, I kind of want to fix in my career. I'm not really seen as the funny guy character. I'm like the samurai or the sexy guy, which, I mean, it could be worse, but, so I don't get a whole lot of opportunities to have fun with the lines, because a lot of the time I'm being seductive or serious or telling the protagonist to go get bent or something, So a lot of my humor comes from doing bomb likes where I'm just making fun of the line or doing something like that. But I have this strange, because of that, I have to kind of invent my own fun. I have this strange little mission to say SOB in every dub that I try and do in some way, shape, or form, and I've been successful. I want to say it every single one, whether or not I get it in a wall track or not. I say it in Escape Infinity. I say it in High Rise Invasion. I say it in V-Stars. I say it in Super Crooks. I say it in oh my god, I say it a lot in Dying Light 2. I swear so much in Dying Light 2, it's not even funny. So yeah, I have to make my own fun because I'm usually the straight edge serious dude. So I have to, make people believe that I can do comedy. The only comedy that I do is Atsu, and that comedy comes from playing it straight anyway. So.
All right, guys, it's gonna be our last question for the day. Maybe count.
What's your favorite line you've said?
Favorite line you've said? Specifically line. Oh, for a muse of fire that would ascend the very heaven of invention, a kingdom for a stage, princes to act, and monarchs to behold the swelling scene.
Does a scream count?
Yes!
So, I guess just saying it in plain text would be
I think honestly it was if you play Genshin, if you played the Archon mission from Sumeru, it's when Hypatia has her breakdown. Where I'm not gonna yell that one, but it was definitely fun to say the least.
To all the people that were queuing with questions, these guys are in the foyer out there, so they'll happily take the questions. I'm a border prince. I'm right at the back of the hall on my own, feeling lonely. So if you have any questions for me, I'm over there, they're over there. So, what was the question?
Your favorite line?
My favorite line? You put me off completely. So everything just flew out of my head because that was hilarious. I think my favorite line was when I was doing an indie horror movie called She's Dead. And I'm discussing the disposal of a body. And I just improv the line saying that I'm not going to do anything until I've had a cup of tea. And I sent out the guy that's hired me because I'm playing Mr. Clean, who's a cleaner. And so the actor was looking at me what is going on? We're off book. And I just shouted at him to go and make me a cup of tea. And as he was walking out the door, I went, "Tea is the fuel of the English worker." And I went, "2 sugars, milky, bring biscuits." And they left it in the movie. So yeah, that's there's many more, but that one's mine. Thank you.
I don't have anything as great as that. That's brilliant. I've got a lot of favourites, but I think one of the ones I had fun delivering the most was a Mummy Longlegs line where she's just completely unhinged and she's like, "I'll tear you apart and eat your inside while you're still alive." And I was just like, damn, that's raw, that's crazy. I'm gonna get through this panel, oh my god. But yeah, that was one of my favourites. What about you, Jonah?
I can't say any of my favorite lines on this stage because I absolutely love swearing. I love it. whenever I get the opportunity, which is why in Dying Light 2 I was just having a field day because they wrote the F word in every other line, and when they didn't, I just kind of put it in there. But yeah, it's just so you can really chew on them. It's really fun to say, and it's really cathartic, and it makes you feel good. So yeah, it's come out my I can't say it. I had a great time swearing.
Do any of you want to say goodbye? Yeah, let's go around. Don't do it for me.
We'll go do some shout outs and stuff like that too. I've been Jonah Scott. We're all out there in that hallway as soon as you come in. And you come by, we're selling prints and stuff. You can come by, ask your questions, viewer and Q. I stream on Twitch, twitch.tv/alphaaniki. I'm a VTuber. Don't be surprised or scared. You came to the right place if you see a hot anime boy. That's what I do. And you know, thank you so much for being here. Thanks for coming and saying hi to all of us. Thank you guys.
Man, I wish I had a sexy VTuber to promote, but unfortunately I'm old and boring. My website, elsielovelock.com, my YouTube, Elsie Lovelock, just put me in and all my covers come up. It's been so wonderful to have you guys here today. Thank you so much for all your questions. Again, I'm sorry that we couldn't get round to everybody, but like we've said, we will be out there and Julian will be here and we're happy to chat to you, answer any other questions that you didn't get to ask and sign prints. So please do feel free to come up to our tables and yeah, thank you so much.
What they said.
I'm Chloe, and what they said. Honestly, yeah. Any questions, anything about getting into voice acting, or getting any questions about anything that I've done, you can come and ask it. I've got prints to sale, and yeah, I'm looking forward to seeing you. Thank you so much for having us. Thank you.
Yep, I'm Maurice Bridger. Thank you so much for having us. You've been wonderful. Thank you for so many amazing questions. I don't really have a YouTube or a sexy VTuber to plug, but I do run a casting and voice management studio, so if you have anything that you want to ask me from a casting director's perspective or from a technical perspective, then feel free to come to my table and ask me. I will happily spend the rest of the day telling you what not to do.
Folding. Oh, sorry. Clap. Yeah. Folding chairs. Comedy troupe. TROUPE. You have to type all 4 of those words in if you want to find us. Right now, we only have 391 subscribers to our YouTube channel. I want to see this hit 400 by the end of the day. Go! Watch our videos. We do this one video that comes up every other week where we improv. It's a cold read comedy where somebody writes things. It's Folding Chairs Comedy Troupe. Go check it out. Do it!